Namaste. We are continuing from OV 98 onwards of Veerabhadra's stories, Veerabhadra's Punarjanma story. OV 98. People are not aware of this. How should I explain it to you? Therefore, in this situation, this vision of yours cannot be accepted. If it is believed to be true, then we will be deceived. A vision that is seen when the sleep is broken, can it be believed at all? The rich man propounded this principle. Hearing this, the wife remained quiet and was unable to reply to her husband. Even though the people collected the money, they rarely gave it happily. God does not like contribution given without love, due to pressure, under persuasion or coercion. A little gift given with love is very precious. The work progressed depending on the money collected. When there was shortage of money, the work also stopped. In this way, the work got prolonged. The rich man, being a miser, did not spend a single farthing from his own pocket. Don't press your husband to give money for the temple. Your devotion is sufficient to God. You give whatever you wish. Even 1 paisa given with feeling and devotion of your own money is worth a lakh. Offer it to God after taking your husband's permission. Do not unnecessarily worry. Offer whatever you like. Offer whatever little that belongs to you. Here only devotion is important. Knowing that you have it, God persists in asking you for something. Therefore, whatever little wealth you have, give it and be at peace. To give without devotion is improper. God does not like it at all. Anything that one gives without faith is worthless like dust, and in the end will be futile. This will be experienced in no time. Be it so. After having the vision, she decided to sell the jewelry given by her father and fulfill God's desire. Then she conveyed her decision to her husband, who listened to it and felt dejected. Where there is greed, what can be expected? There is no thought about God, righteousness, and morality. He thought, what foolishness is this? She has truly lost her mind. After estimating the value of her jewelry and fixing the price to be 1,000 rupees, the land should be transferred to her name. He bought the ornaments himself. In lieu of the money, he gave to his wife a piece of land which was sandy and saline, which mortgaged to him. So here we see that there is a concept called Stridhan, and it is translated to dowry nowadays, and we can see that around 125 years back, the money always belonged to the wife, and she had the liberty to use it as she wishes. So in this case, even against her husband's wish, she is trying to sell her jewelry, and in this case he has used the money, and this was mentioned by a magistrate of India, British India at that time, and therefore it puts more weightage to the concept of actual dowry practice, and currently it is shown as it is a bad practice as per the recent judicial decisions. 115. It was fallow land which yielded no crops even during the rains. He told his wife, offer this to Shiva or Pinakapani. 116. When you give in charity this piece of land worth 1,000 rupees to God, he who gave you the vision will be propitiated and you will be freed from your debt. So be it. Believing her husband, the wife of the miser offered that land with love and devotion to satisfy Shankar's wishes. In fact, Dubaki had the ownership rights thereon, as she had mortgaged it to the rich merchant from whom she had taken a loan of 200 rupees. Dubaki was a destitute woman who owned this land. When she had financial difficulties, she had mortgaged this land. But the rich man was very greedy. Not only did he cheat Shankar, but he misappropriated his wife's personal wealth. He was pleased with this deceit or fraud. The intense desire for all sense objects is most evil, which destroys the life of one who is so attached. One should not get entangled in this worldly worldly pleasures if one hopes to live. To enjoy the worldly pleasures one needs wealth, therefore intense efforts have to be made to acquire it, and the satisfaction of these desires only makes them multiply. It is impossible to destroy them. Undoubtedly, it was a barren land and no effort could produce any crop on it. Such a land was offered to God. What merit could there be in such an offering? It is an absolute or real offering to God only when there is no motivation behind it. If not, it is a sin whose fruits are ultimately painful. On the other hand, the poor Brahmin who looked after the temple was very contented that the land had been offered to God. Be it so. After some time, an adverse event took place. It rained heavily during the third of the lunar mansions, Kritika Nakshatra, and there was a frightful storm. Suddenly lightning struck. The building of the miser was razed to the ground, leaving only the land without a claimant. Everything else was burned to ashes. The rich man was also attacked and died with his wife. Dubaki also died. Such was the end of these three. Later, this rich man was born in Mathura in an impoverished Brahmin family, and his devoted wife was born in the family of a pujari. She was named Gauri. There is a different story about Dubaki. She was born in the Gurava caste that worships Shankar, but she lost her womanhood and took birth as a man. The naming ceremony of the boy was done and he was named Channabasappa. Thus, the status of all the three changed and the previous karmas bore fruit. The rich man in the new birth was named Virabhadra. This is the essence of Prarabdha karma, which has to be born for it to end. I greatly liked the priest of the Shiva temple. He regularly came to my home and smoked the chillam with me. Here it is referred to Gauri's father. Then we would chat away the whole night happily. Gauri had grown up and became of a marriageable age. He used to bring her along as well. She too was devoted to me. One day the priest asked me, I have searched all the places but have not been able to fix her marriage anywhere. Baba, I have got exhausted looking for a good home for her. All my efforts have failed. I have got tired. Why are you unnecessarily worrying? I said. The bridegroom is on the way. Your daughter is very fortunate. She will become very rich. The boy will come looking for her on his own. In a short time, he will come to your home and fulfill your wish. He will get married to Gauri as you per your wish. On the other hand, Virabhadra's family had a poor household. He encouraged his parents to have patience and left the home. He wandered from village to village, begging for alms and sometimes working as a laborer. He would sometimes eat only whatever he got and remained contented with that. While roaming thus, by good fortune, he came to the Pujari's house. It was an incredible Leela of Allah Miya. He was liked by all. Gradually, the priest, Pujari, grew fond of him and thought of giving Gauri in marriage to him. The horoscopes matched and the priest was pleased. The priest, bringing Virabhadra with him, came one day to me. Seeing both of them together at that time, I suddenly had an idea. No sooner had the idea occurred than I expressed it. If the present time is auspicious for a marriage, then give Gauri to him and become free. After getting his wife's consent, Virabhadra was selected as the bridegroom. Choosing an auspicious time, the marriage was performed in a proper manner. After the ceremonies were over, the family came to me for darshan and also for my blessings for a happy married life. I gave them my blessings with pleasure. Virabhadra now had an easy life and looked contented as he was blessed with happiness and prosperous. He too became devoted to me. His prosperity increased with time. But have you ever come across a person truly satisfied and not hankering after money? Money is a big snare. Even the very affluent are troubled by it. Virabhadra also was disturbed at times. This is the game money plays. Virabhadra said, Baba, this shackle of marriage is a great obstacle. Lack of money is causing me suffering. Say something which would remedy the situation and which would enable me to cope with my affairs. I prostrate at your feet. It's no good my deceiving you. I beg you to help me and remove my difficulty. After all, it was you who caused this marriage to take place. I gave him a lot of advice and blessed him lovingly. Allah Malik is fully aware. He alone can remove the difficulty. Knowing Virabhadra's desires and that they would be fulfilled, therefore, I assured him and told him not to be miserable in any way. The time for good fortune is very near. Do not unnecessarily get restless. You will have money easily and you will have it in plenty. Riches seem to scorn me. My wife's requests for small things do not stop. Enough of this humiliation now. No more of the status of being a married man. Be it so. Later on something marvelous happened. Behold, the influence of Gauri's planetary stars. The price of barren land shot up. God's ways cannot be understood. A purchaser came forward to buy the land for 1 lakh rupees. He paid half the amount in cash and agreed to pay the other half in installments. It was agreed that he would pay 2000 rupees with interest every year. Gauri would thus be fully compensated in 25 years. Everyone agreed with the deal. Channabasappa, the Gurav, however, made a point to say, the Gurav has the first claim on whatever money is offered to Shankar. I should get half the interest as my share as a Gurav. I will not accept less than that. Virabhadra did not give anything. Channabasappa did not remain quiet. This led to a lot of arguments. Both of them came to me. Shankar alone is the lord of the land, and it cannot be utilized by anyone else. Do not be entangled by greed, I told both of them. This is the price of the land which had been offered to Shankar. Anyone else besides Gauri who make a claim on it will get nothing. Anyone who touches that money without the permission of God will certainly invite his wrath. All this belongs entirely to God. The ownership is vested in the Pujari. Gauri is the sole heiress. No one else has any right to it. It is Gauri's own money. Therefore, I told them both on behalf of Gauri, act as per her wishes. This will ensure your welfare. If you act against her wishes, God is not going to be pleased. Virabhadra has no authority to independently deal with this. When I clearly expressed my views in the matter, Virabhadra flew into a rage with me and showered a volley of abuses. He said, Baba, by establishing my wife's ownership, you want to misappropriate the whole property for your benefit. Hearing these words, I was stunned. The deeds of Allah Miah are incredible. Why unnecessarily grieve? After saying this accusation to me, Virabhadra was very angry and shouted at his wife at home. Then when she came in the afternoon for darshan, she began to plead with me. Baba, do not be displeased with me on hearing another's words. I entreat you to continue to love me as a daughter. Hearing these words of hers, I gave her a complete assurance. I would confer so much happiness on you that even the 7 oceans could not contain it. Do not grieve. We will continue rest of the OVs later. Namaste, Dhanyavad. Om Sai Ram.